forgot my Laffy Taffy jokes. This one's Anne's favorite, though, while Peyton gets us hooked up. What did the green grape say to the purple grape? Breathe, damn it, breathe. Okay, Jackie's laughter yoga will probably be better. All right, let's see. He's going to get you, okay. You're a bit taller than me. You can adjust that as needed. There's water there if you need it. I'll leave you the handheld, but don't need to be turned on. Where's your slide advance?
I don't know if it's going to work.
Yeah, because you're going from up here.
I don't have slides. I have a PDF, so I don't know if it's going to work the same way. But it's okay. It's going to be mostly interactive, which is why I need my hands.
Gotcha.
I have a dad joke I've been dying to tell.
Oh, do it.
You guys ready? It's an actual dad joke. My dad tells this joke all the time.
Go.
Okay.
Quickly.
What's the difference between Dubai and Abu Dhabi? In Dubai, they don't like the Flintstones, but Abu Dhabi do.
Thank you for sharing that dad joke. I have an appreciation for dad jokes and Laffy Taffy jokes and jokes that are on popsicle sticks too. They're a lot of fun. Jackie Ingebretsen Suzetlan Kulkana Kaiksen Siaden Ujishurtlan, Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium Kahwesna. My name is Jackie Ingebretsen. I'm the Director of Behavioral Health at the Alaska Native Tribal Health Consortium. I am Atna Athabaskan. My family is from Golkana, and I'm Ujishu, or the Caribou Clan. And I'm really happy to be here with you to talk about laughter yoga and to do some laughter yoga exercises. And when I say exercises, it's not what you would traditionally think of yoga. Like, I'm not going to have you guys like bending and doing all kinds of things here today. Laughter yoga really incorporates breathing. So we're going to do a lot of breathing and laughter today. But before we begin, I do want us to do some introductions with each other at the table, even if you know folks. This is to kind of get us started with our laughter. And so I'm going to ask you to do something a little unconventional, and I hope you'll still do it. So I'll model it for you, and then I'll tell you how I want you to introduce yourselves to people at your table. Jackie Ingebretsen. My favorite color is purple. So I want you to introduce yourself, snort, and then tell people at your table what your favorite color is, and then snort again. So it'll take a few minutes for you to do that with folks at your table. If you don't have someone at your table, please go snort with someone else. Be a little silly. All right, we'll give it another minute. It sounds like most folks are done, but we'll give it another minute. All right, well, you guys are naturally moderating yourselves. Thank you for doing that. I know it feels silly, and I'm going to ask you to do a lot of things that are going to feel silly today, and it's important that you try. It's okay if you don't feel comfortable. I'm not going to force you, and no one's going to force you. I wanted to talk a little bit before we began about why we're using laughter yoga in the work that we do. So in the Behavioral Health Department at ANTHC, we actually don't do clinical services. The clinical services are offered through ANMC. What we do is focus on behavioral health promotion and prevention through educating people about historical trauma and helping them build healthy coping skills. So many of you have probably participated in the Alaska Blanket Exercise. That's a program that we operate through our department. It's very heavy. We spend a lot of time going through Alaska Native history, including colonization and the impacts of that, as well as some of the strengths that Alaska Native people have. But it's still quite heavy, and it can often leave people feeling what I've heard a person describe as an emotional hangover. And that's normal, but we don't want it to be prolonged, right? And so one of the things that we've been really focused on in the last couple of years is building upon that and helping people improve their coping through different skills, but also connecting them to their culture through cultural activities, including crafts, dancing, things like that. So laughter is just one of the components and one of the things that we're doing to help people with those skills. And I think this in particular is really well fitting for the work that we do because laughter is medicine and it is such an indigenous thing. Alaska Native people love to tell jokes and to laugh with each other. And it's not just Alaska Native people across the country do as well. So this felt like a really good fit, a really natural fit. And it felt like a way to build upon the strengths that we already inherently have as people, which is important. It's important in the work we do, and it's also important in the work that you do. I'm especially thrilled to be here because I myself am a type 2 diabetic. I found out that I was diabetic 3 years ago when I had an A1C of 11.1, and today I have an A1C of 5.6. And a lot of that, work, it was kind of, I tell people it was a kick in the butt I didn't want, but one that I needed. And humor is one of the ways that I'm getting through this, right? Like, it was a pretty devastating thing for me to find out. I thought it would be like the end of my life, but it's definitely not. In many ways, it feels like it's the beginning of a new life for me, right? And things like laughter, spending time with my family, learning more about my culture, taking ANTHC classes to learn more about my language. Those things are strengthening me. They're giving me the confidence to be a stronger person and a healthier person as well. So that's kind of like my own personal story and how it connects to this work. And these are things that you can do with the people that you work with. I know that it can feel, again, like it's the end of the world when maybe you get a diagnosis or when your diagnosis is really hard to manage. And it can be hard for people to see a future that isn't limited by their diagnosis or by things that are going on in their life in other realms. But there's a lot of good things that are happening, and it's important for us to help people nurture that. And so today we're going to learn a little bit about laughter yoga. We're going to practice it a little bit. You don't have to be a facilitator to incorporate these things into your work. If you want to be silly with people when you're meeting with them on one-on-one, be silly. It doesn't have to be laughter yoga. It can be other things. It could be telling jokes. It can be doing other things to help people cultivate joy. So today, we already did our introductions. We're going to talk a little bit about laughter yoga, including the benefits, and then we're going to talk about how laughter yoga works in general, like what a laughter yoga session would look like. And then we'll go through some of the laughter yoga exercises. And then depending on the time, we might end with a little bit of a discussion amongst our tables here. So laughter yoga, as I mentioned, is not traditional yoga. It's unique in that it combines laughter exercises with yoga breathing exercises. And it's a chance for us to experience laughter and joy without depending on humor and jokes. Humor is objective. We all have different ideas of what's funny. And it's important for us to still laugh. Kids laugh so much throughout the day, just naturally, in everything they do. But adults laugh significantly less. During today's session, we're going to focus on laughing forcefully, but it often turns into genuine laughter. So again, it will feel weird, and some of the things I'll have you doing will also feel weird, but it's to encourage you to practice laughing and to get into the habit of laughing. It was founded in 1995 by a medical doctor in India and has spread worldwide. So there are a lot of laughter clubs in India in particular, but it's spread significantly throughout the world. And now there are thousands of different laughter yoga clubs worldwide. And it involves laughing without any reason. And the idea is that the voluntary laughter will turn into involuntary laughter, especially when you're making eye contact with your peers and being goofy. It's hard not to laugh when you see your friend or your colleague doing something silly. When we went through the training, there were a couple of people who were a little hesitant in our group, and they almost became more fun to train with because they looked slightly uncomfortable, but then you'd make eye contact with them while you're doing goofy things, and they would just kind of naturally laugh. For instance, there's one exercise where we had to have our hands like this and go like this at the same time, and I kind of looked like a little jolly elf, and it made my coworker, who was a little uncomfortable, giggle quite a bit. It was good laughter. These sessions are typically conducted in groups because of that experience with each other and incorporating laughter as well. And it's contagious often. Sometimes a group will have like a ringer, somebody who has like a big anti-laugh that makes everybody else laugh. So sometimes you're laughing because somebody else's laugh is really fantastic. We had a person like that in our group. We had 2 people like that. They would feed off each other and then everybody else would be laughing. And we'll go ahead and move on to the benefits here. So some of the benefits, you might imagine, it does elevate your mood. It releases endorphins, which makes you feel pretty good and cheerful throughout the day. It also reduces stress. So people are strengthening their immune system and it allows them to heal faster. It increases oxygen supply to the brain, which will enhance efficiency and performance, and it improves the quality of life, including some of your relationships with the people that you're around who are also participating in the laughter yoga. And again, we're teaching unconditional laughter, creating strength, and providing positive attitude during adversity. Oops, went backwards here. Okay, so we're gonna go through the exercises a little bit today as if this was a laughter yoga club. Typically, if you're doing a laughter yoga club or a laughter session, which I've done one of so far at ANMC, but I'm hoping to do more of, you'll start with clapping and warm-up exercises, and we'll go through this a little bit today here. And then you follow with deep breathing exercises. We incorporate exercises that encourage a childlike playfulness, so that will be kind of the silliness I'm gonna ask you to participate in today. And many of those will also incorporate laughter into them. We'll do some closing cheers and then the closing ritual as well. So that's just kind of a quick overview of what this will look like. All right, so we'll get into the interactive portion, and I'll demonstrate how to do it first, and then I'll ask that you participate. The more people that participate, the less attention will be on individuals, so I encourage you to participate, but also if you're bold enough to want to be part of the laughter to start it, I encourage that as well. So we're gonna start with our first warm-up clap. And when we clap, you're gonna wanna clap with your hands parallel to each other to make full contact with your hands. So, you could clap like this if you want, but it's just more of a sensory experience if you do it with your full hands. So palm to palm contact. And we're gonna add rhythm as we clap as well. So we're gonna start with a simple chant, which is gonna be ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. So we'll go ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Okay, so let's try it together. We'll do it 3 times, all right, ready? Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. Thank you. So when you're doing that, it's also good for you to make eye contact with your colleagues, smile, just be in community with each other. If you feel bold enough, you can also incorporate dance if you want. So if you want to go like this, you can, whatever you feel comfortable. If you want to move your hands side to side, I told you had to do that. I guess you don't have to, but it adds to the experience. Okay, so that was our first warm-up exercise. Now we are going to do a deep breathing exercise. This one I encourage you to stand up, but you can certainly do it from a seated position. Basically, we're going to bend at the waist and then go all the way up. But if you don't feel comfortable or if that's beyond your capacities, you can do it from a seated position. But what you'll want to do is to dangle your arms and relax, and then go all the way up and breathe in deep. I'll demonstrate it in a moment. And then you'll go back down, and we'll do that a couple of times, and eventually we'll incorporate some laughter. So something like this. So you'll want to bend down and breathe in, and then stand up and exhale. So we'll do that a couple of times. So you'll want to breathe fully in through your lungs, fill your lungs, and expend them. So you'll want to breathe in as you go down and exhale as you go up. So we'll do that maybe 4 more times. Okay, now we're gonna do that, but when we come back to the top, you're gonna hold your breath a little bit longer, and then when you come close to the top, then you'll start exhaling, and then you'll let out a big ha! Okay, so we'll do that 3 times. Thank you. You can be seated. So, as I mentioned, part of laughter yoga is incorporating a childlike playfulness. This is something that adults really don't do a very good job of incorporating into their lives, especially when you've got a lot of responsibilities, right? Everybody has jobs, people have home responsibilities, many people here have children, many people are caring for their elderly. So it's important to incorporate those joyful moments. So we're gonna do a another kind of warm-up clap, but this will be one that we do between our exercises. So for this one, we're gonna do, it's gonna follow kind of similar pattern. We'll go very good, yay! And you can add a little flair. I like to do kind of like the jazz fingers from Bring It On. You don't have to do that. You can add whatever flair you want. You could even go yay like this if that's where your yay is today. So we're gonna do that 3 times, and then we'll do that between exercises from here on out as well. So it'll be very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! Thank you. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and get into some of the laughter exercises. And some of these are gonna be rather silly, and I encourage you to still do it. If you don't want to, again, that's okay. But it's fun when you look at your colleagues, when you make eye contact with them when you're doing it, and to just participate with enthusiasm if you feel so inclined. So the first one we're going to do is called lion laughter, and this is one of the ones I feel silly doing because I'm going to be doing it in front of all of you. So this is derived from the lion posture in yoga, and it involves sticking your tongue out fully and keeping your mouth wide open. So you'll look kind of like that, and you'll be looking at your colleagues while you're doing this. And you're gonna stretch out both your hands like you're a lion while you're doing this, so you'll like that. And then you want to roar and turn that roar into a deep belly laughter if possible. So you'll be looking at your colleagues like this, and going, Again, I fully recognize that this feels silly and you're in a room with your professional colleagues, but let's give it a shot. Let's look at our colleagues with the lion pose. So, All right, let's do a very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! So you can see how it feels a little goofy, but it's still fun. The next one we'll do is called the motorboat or lawnmower. Maybe a snow machine would resonate with you more. We're gonna pretend that we're starting a lawnmower. And every time we pull, we're gonna go, ha! And it's not starting, so we're gonna have to try again. And we're gonna go, ha! And eventually it'll like, ha! And then, ha, 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 ha! And then we'll just keep laughing. So we're gonna do that a couple of times. And again, it's gonna be a snow machine. It doesn't have to be a lawnmower. That's probably more fun than starting up a lawnmower anyways. People probably aren't laughing starting up the lawnmower. You can bend a little bit if you want to stand up, however you want to do it. But we'll start with the short ha's, and then we'll kind of build up into the ha-ha, and then hopefully it leads to actual laughter. So we'll go ahead and do it now. Ready? Ha! Ha! Okay, let's try it again. We'll start over. Ready? Ha! Ha! All right, we'll try one more time. Ha! Ha! All right, very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! Thank you. All right, we're gonna go back to animals again. So for this one, we are going to breathe in deeply and exhale while imitating animals. So I've got a couple of them. Always happy to take recommendations too if folks feel inclined. So the first one, we'll go cow goes moo. So we'll breathe in deeply, and then we'll exhale and go moo, and then laugh. So we'll do that a couple of times for each of the animals. So I'm going to step back because I feel like sometimes I'm blaring out here. All right, so cow goes moo. So breathe in deeply. Moo. All right, we'll do that again. Moo. Okay, for the chicken, we'll go bok, bok, bok. So we're gonna breathe in deeply and then go bok, bok, bok. Ready? Bok, 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 bok. Ready? Breathe in deeply. Bok, 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 bok. Okay, one more time. Breathe in deeply. Bok, 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 bok. All right, now we're going to do a duck. So ducks go quack, quack. Ready? We'll breathe in deeply. Quack, 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 quack. Okay. Quack, 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 quack. One more time. Quack, 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 quack. All right. And now we're going to be wolves. So wolves are going to go, ow. All right, ready? Breathe in deeply. Ow. Breathe in deeply. All right, one more. Breathe in deeply. Ow! Good job. Very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! I'll tell you, I never expected that my career would end like this, or not end like this, but like lead to this, like me snorting and making animal noises on a stage in front of people. All right, we will go ahead and do what we're going to call the gradient laughter exercise now. This one, you're going to want to start with a gentle giggle and then kind of build up to a louder laugh. So we'll, like a gradient, right? We're going to start lighter and build up to a stronger laugh. And we'll do that a couple of times as a group. So we'll just, I'm going to back up a little bit again. Just giggle a little bit. This is where you kind of have to force yourself. It does feel weird. I know that. Now you got to build up like it's the funniest joke. Like, I can see that some people feel uncomfortable, and it shouldn't be amusing, but it is amusing. All right, we'll start gently again and build up to a louder laugh. Ready? Like you shouldn't be laughing, maybe. Now maybe like your boss told the funniest joke, or maybe they didn't, but you want them to think it's funny. All right, we'll go ahead and do a very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! All right, we're almost done with the interactive portion, and then we're going to do some discussion not as a group, but in the smaller groups, and maybe people will share out. So the closing cheer is there's a ritual for this. And so the thing I'm going to ask you is to repeat after me, and there will be 3 phases. And the first one is, we are the happiest people in the world. The second one is, we are the healthiest people in the world. And the third one is, we are fabulous laughers. So I'll say it first to make it easier, and then you guys can repeat. So we are the happiest people in the world. We are the healthiest people in the world. We are fabulous laughers. Okay, now the closing ritual involves us putting both of our hands in front of our chest with our palms outward. And we're going to move our hands in a circular motion not in a circular motion, but in all four directions. So like up, right, left, down, or I didn't say what I was doing when I was doing it. But we'll do a ho, ho, ha, ha, ha in all four directions. So we'll start up, go right, then down, then left. So we'll go ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Now we're going to do the circular motion. So you're going to move your arms and laugh 3 times. You can repeat after me again. But the first one is, let everyone in this world be healthy. Ha, ha, ha. Let everyone in this world be happy. Ha, ha, ha. Let there be peace in the world. Ha, ha, ha. And now you close your hands together and bow and say namaste. So we'll do a very good, yay! Very good, yay! Very good, yay! Okay, thank you for participating in that. Often these clubs and exercises would be a little bit more physical. There are other activities. For instance, when you're doing the lawnmower exercise, like sometimes they'll have you pretend to actually like mow the lawn too and like laugh while you're mowing the lawn. There's other exercises where like they'll have you come together as a group in the middle and then kind of do all of this kind of stuff. But that doesn't really work very well in a space like this. So we're not going to do those today. But laughter yoga isn't something that needs to be this formal. There are different elements of this that you could do on your own with your clients. You could also make up your own exercises. When we did the training, our instructor tried to have us do things from memory, and we ended up creating new exercises that still worked. Like the kind of point is to get people to laugh and to sustain it. It's good for people to laugh like 10 to 15 minutes a day if possible, like sustained, but it's hard, right? Like especially if you're depending on humor or depending on things that are objective and like everybody has a different experience with it. So, maybe consider incorporating forced laughter, as odd as it sounds, into your own daily practice and into the work that you do with your clients. I think it's really important, especially in times like now. There's a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of different things we're hearing in all different directions. Some of the things true, some things false, but a lot of things that are scary, right? And it's important that we take time to cultivate joy within ourselves, but with our clients as well. So what I would like to have folks talk about as we end this session, and we'll end the interactive portion of this session, is how do you cultivate joy, pride, and belonging in your own personal life? So we'll spend 5 minutes talking about that at our tables. So how do you personally incorporate joy, pride, and belonging in your life? So we'll take 5 minutes to do that. I know you all are still discussing. I'd like to add one more. How do you encourage your clients to do the same? So how do you encourage your clients to incorporate joy, pride, or belonging into their lives? All right, if we can wrap up our conversations, please. So I would like to hear from folks. I'd like to hear some examples if you feel comfortable. I believe that there's at least one microphone. So does anyone want to share how they personally cultivate joy, pride, or belonging in their lives?
Of course, thank you so much for such a meaningful session. It's so important to remind us about the power of these positive emotions and have an opportunity to reflect on it. My puppy, I have a mini dachshund, Mila. She's a walking bundle of joy. I feel like spending time with pets is my number one.
That's awesome. My sister has a Yorkie that we really enjoy dressing up. I don't know if she enjoys it, but we have a ton of pictures of her in really cute outfits, especially Halloween costumes. How do you cultivate joy, pride, or belonging?
I love it. I got a hand over here. How does Beth cultivate joy? Let's find out.
I try to stop and look around. Like if I'm out for a walk, I'll stop and try and appreciate that the sunrise is beautiful, or the clouds look nice, or the moon over the mountains on Monday. Just appreciating nature.
I like that. Mindfulness when you're in nature. How else do we cultivate joy? Just going to start making eye contact with people.
Well, if people don't want to share personal ones, we could talk about clients, because I think that's a really important thing for us to be part of that journey for clients. How do you help your clients cultivate joy, pride, or belonging? It doesn't need to be just joy. What about pride or belonging?
Oh, I love it. We have hands. Sorry, I did not mean to have my back to you all. I'm so happy to see your hands.
I'll do one for the team. I know it's almost lunch. Two ways. One is that I'm very authentically myself. I tell my own story, and I try to just be an authentic person, professional, but still with the clients, and ask them what they want, what customer owners want or need, like what do they think of the stuff that I'm giving them, so that they feel welcomed. And then for joy, asking what they love, asking what they do, and then having opportunities to stick it in a conversation. I mean, I'm lucky to have a good memory, so I'm able to do that, but even writing that down of like when they have hard things, reminding them when they can't think of joy, what's something that did spark that for them. They're not just more than a patient, they're also a person that you have a relationship with.
Thank you. Yes.
Mine is personal. I think my grandkids, all 6 of them, bring joy. The elders that I teach classes to, I feel like they bring me joy, but then I try to sneak in humor, which I'm not good at humor, but they do laugh, and it's usually when I mispronounce a native word, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but they're like, that's so cute. And then sharing story connects. Lots of share story with the elders, and then I'm teaching my grandkids to share a story with me at bedtime.
Very sweet.
Thank you.
We have another one.
Okay. She made me.
I could tell there was peer pressure there.
So much peer pressure. I don't actually have trouble finding joy, so I'm not going to talk about that. I just try to avoid all the BS that steals my joy, the bad story. I'm unique. Sandy said so. And belonging, or pride, que sera. I just try to avoid things taking it away.
Thank you. I heard a lot of really great things from over here. The authentic relationship, or the authentic, like showing up authentically, is very important. I know my own diabetes educator. She herself is type 2 diabetic, and she had a lot of really great things to say to me and made me feel seen and heard. But also in my own personal work, I share a lot about my own personal trauma, not details, right? Like that's not necessarily important. But it helps people relate to you. I share about my own substance use history. People don't often talk about that, especially professionals, but there's nothing wrong with it, and there's a lot of people who have that experience, and it makes people feel more comfortable to share with you. I know I've had a therapist before, when I've talked to them about my substance use, they made faces, and it did not make me feel comfortable talking to them, because I felt like if this like basic substance use makes you make that face, like what kind of life experience do you have, right? And then I also heard kind of spending time intergenerationally. That's super important, especially for that belonging. Often our elders get kind of left out of the belonging, and it's great to incorporate them, especially with youth. And then also I heard the mention of like trying to say native words and not saying it right. Like trying goes a long way. So I'm sure you bring them a lot of humor when you do that. Thank you for sharing that. Are there other items that anyone wants to share about how they cultivate joy, pride, or belonging, either personally or with their clients? That's okay. We don't all have to share, and I know it's getting close to lunch. I just want to encourage you to think about these things, both personally and professionally. I'm sure we've all heard a lot about self-care, and it's not just a buzzword. Like, we do need to take care of ourselves. It can be really hard not to get bogged down by the work that we do, especially like in the work I do, like substance use and mental health numbers are not getting better, right? But that doesn't mean that I need to feel that like it's a personal responsibility. I have to take care of myself in meaningful ways, as does everyone here, because you need to keep strong to do the work, but also you need to keep strong to show up in your life. You need to show up for your family, for your friends, for your job, for yourself. All of those things are important. So you need to really work on cultivating joy, pride, and belonging. And if belonging is hard for you, like, you have to be intentional about it. Like, I have a hard time making friends, so I'm really intentional about it. Like, I joined a tabletop game, so I started playing Dungeons and Dragons so I could make friends and things like that. Like, you have to step a little bit outside of your comfort zone to do some of these things, and that's okay. It's important that you do that. And it's important that we encourage our clients to do it too, because not having hope really can destroy a person. It can make them give up before they even try. It can make many people that we're seeing, they feel hopeless and like there's no point and that things are never going to get better and things are going to be that way forever. But that's just not true. And everybody has inherent strengths and an inherent joy and inherent pride. It just needs to be nurtured and cultivated. And you have a role in that, and for yourself, of course, but also in your clients. You don't have to be the one-stop shop for all of these answers. More than likely, there's people within your organizations that do this work. Maybe it means connecting with people throughout your organization, understanding what kind of referrals you can make, what your resources are in your community. Maybe you're not the one to incorporate cultural pride into your work, but there's probably somebody that does, again, in your organization or in your community. And it's good to know those things so that you can connect your clients to people like that and help them in their journey. So thank you, everyone, for being a little goofy with me today. I really appreciate it, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your conference.